How the heck are you, folks? My name is Fastidious. Welcome to my channel, and welcome to day 27. That's right, 27 in the free-to-play series. We're playing the beautiful game Watcher of Realms, and we've got a beautiful little episode for you today. I believe I'm doing something I've never done before, so let's not bury the lead. What is that? Well, we're going to head into the arena, where as you can see, we are just 52 points away from getting to the top rank in arena, in Overlord. And I think what we're going to do is we're just going to do a one take. We'll see if I make it. I do not know what's going to happen. I've got 5 arena passes there. If we go over here, to the outer rewards, I have 2 more waiting, so we got 7 chances. We can probably only lose once, maybe twice if we get lucky, but I'm pretty sure we can only lose once. And we, as you're going to see, we've got a unique little squad here, so this is going to be kind of like a guide on the composition I'm using. You've probably seen that from the title. However, it's going to be like a let's play walkthrough into the unknown. Very Frozen 2, if you will. So, if you will, follow me. We're just going to basically fight almost every team. I think that's the plan here. You see we've got 1 free refresh here. I'm seeing some W's. I'm seeing some potential L's. We're going to go for it. You can see I beat this team that looks really scary, right? So I think we've got a great composition. Let's just get right into it. I just want to show you. But we see Hatsit here. We're going to try to fight her. We see Zeal 2. We're going to try it. So this is the comp. We're at 230k BP. Might not look that high. That's very high for my account because my Nightmare fighters are very powerful. You can see we got 3 Nightmare fighters here in Wrath, Arrogance, and Deimos. And then we have a Nightmare tank defender in Baron. And then we've got this little lovely lady Autumn from the Infernal faction. We'll talk about her last, but she's a rare champion, and she really makes this thing spin. She makes it pop. I'm going to be very quick here because I think we're probably familiar with a lot of these champions, especially Wrath. So you get him absolutely for free as a day 14 login reward. So if you're willing to play this game for 2 weeks, you get this beautiful creature. Many people love him. I am one of those as well. Crazy base stats for a epic champion. Super high attack, super high HP. Really lovable. We are working on skilling him up. As you can see, it's been a bit of a trial. I really just want to get this level 4 on the ultimate. We do not have it, but the gist of it is we put some attack on him, we put some HP on him. As you can see, a mix of those bonus gears. We just want survivability. We want to put a little bit of damage. I put crit. That's pretty good by my standards, probably not good by many of yours. But the most important thing here with him, and we're not going to go into this much detail with everyone, but he is a Lord of the Nightmare faction. He's really fantastic. So your basic epic Lord skill in this game is a 10% across the board attribute bonus to all his faction allies. But then with the Nightmare guys, you've got every time a faction ally is deployed, all deployed faction allies gain 5%, 10%, 20%, or 35% attack speed, and that is respective to the number of allies on the board. So if there's 1, it's 5%. If there's 4, it's 35%. You can fill in the middle ones. You also get a healing effects reduction, so that's like kind of a penalty for such a nasty, overpowered Lord skill. However, even though technically we're bringing a healer in Autumn, she is not a healer. But we'll get to that in 1 second. Then we got Baron. He's got Unyielding, which is a passive that doesn't let him die. He's got really high HP stats, some decent defense. He can put big shields on himself. Very cool champion to tank this out for us. We've got Arrogance. I'll break him down in full in another video. You know, we all know that Arrogance guide is coming. He's unreal. But just to tell you, he's got kind of a basic stance here where he can like hit people in front of him, but then also do single target kind of like bow attacks, ranged attacks on airborne units. He's got this Hellfire Berserker stance where he just kind of expands his range a little to the side and just starts lighting stuff up. My language. Lighten it up. Aside from that, he's got extra chances to hit targets. For every enemy killed with Berserkers, he's 1 attack speed. Bonuses, I mean, a little bit of AoE there. I know I feel like I'm just rushing through it, but guys, we just got to see this in action. Finally, we have Deimos. Deimos is just an amazing single target. He's amazing for the guild boss specifically. So once we have those last units there, he's just going to hammer away at them with his claws. I will point out one thing, which is his stacks. So he's got I believe it's tearing somethings. What are they called? Tearing. Oh, just tearings. But he gets these tearing stacks, so up to 6 times. As you guys can see, actually, because I really want to give this our all, we did... Actually, you know what? We'll save it. Let's go into it raw. I was going to say we have a soul stone, but I want to see if we can do it like this. But we could have increased his stacks. However, this is our Deimos. As you can see, we're going to go for it here. Without further ado, that's our squad. Oh, wait. What about the juiciest of the juice, Autumn? A rare champion. We all get her. She's dropped many a time for me in experience raid and gold raid. As free-to-play friendly as it gets. You see we brought up to level 5 awakening. You really don't need her. All you really need on her, it's quite simple. Upgrade her skills to the max. Or if you get lucky, just the ultimate, But it's not even lucky because we have so much. We're gonna have so much rare skill dust and rare crystals after a couple weeks. But you get Golden Maple's boon. This is gonna increase when skilled up crit damage to all people in range by 60%. That is nothing to sneeze at. And then what's really amazing for me on an account without much crit gear, 30% crit rate increase when you skill it up on this. And it says it's a passive. It really just says when the ultimate's going, this is going too. So it's just part of the ultimate. She's so cool. And I would suggest when you build her, do put her in a Mana Spring set, especially for a comp like this. She's not really gonna be taking damage except for maybe a second at the end when the AoE guys with the aura, but we'll get into that. It doesn't matter. Like, this gear, is it good? Is it bad? I don't care. All I care is that it has Mana Spring, which is going to make a +3 cost regeneration. So this means every second, instead of generating 18 costs, she will generate 21. That's what cost regen auto means, guys. Without further ado, let's get into the fight. So I think I didn't even say it, guys. This is going to be sustained DPS. This is just my account's best fight, so I thought it's about time we get into an arena walkthrough. Let's hop on in. Normally I 1x this, but I've done this fight a lot, so I think I can pretty comfortably 2x and just take you through. The very, very first thing I like to do, and I didn't used to do this, but what I like to do is wait till we have 18 costs, and we're going to put Arrogance down first. So you'll see later we put Bear in here as our central tank, but I like just giving Arrogance as much time as possible to load up that ultimate, because his ultimate is so nasty. I'll show it off once it goes off pretty soon, and we're going to really place Autumn right away. Oh, I should also say I have Autumn in, I will check after this battle, the artifact that's the Horn, so she starts with an extra 25% rage, so extra initial costs, which I'll show you, but it's very good for especially arena where you just want to get things up and going. Immediately we trigger her, and now all of a sudden my Arrogance knows how to crit, and you're seeing hits for over 100k, a lot better than what they're doing over there. So we get ready. I catch this guy right before he reaches our little portal, so even though we did take a little bit of damage, that's going to be one of the only times likely until the end, unless we reach a team that can really take us on. So Baron's just going to tank it. Technically, Autumn is healing all these guys, because her A1 is a basic attack, single target attack-based heal, like in terms of stat. She's an attack scaling healer, but it doesn't matter to me. So next important thing, we're just using her for the ultimate, that's what I'm trying to say. The important thing is take your second best fighter, or Nightmare faction unit, I suppose, because in my case that is going to be Deimos, and I'm putting him here specifically because this puts him in Autumn's range. Unfortunately, we have to put Wrath up there later, so he will not be in her range, so he won't get the benefit, alas. And guys, is this comp replicable without these champions? I think absolutely, but then you need other great Nightmare units. There are some kind of free-to-play friendly options as you get later in the game, like you could put Volca in here, you could put Abomination in here. I mean, if you have some, if you have Amazing Pulse, Salazar would be fantastic. I mean, that's not free to play, but I'm just saying is optionality. You don't have to say, oh, I don't have Arrogance, I don't have Deimos, but look at that. Look how many enemies they have left. We're wiping the floor at them. I don't care if they have all these amazing units, right? We're just here for W's. So yeah, this is it, guys. Now we're all set up. We wait. I'll talk you through the fight a bit, and I will complain. I might make a whole, I was thinking of making a YouTube short complaining about this. Why don't we get a monster manual? And if I'm crazy and there's a place where I can get a monster manual, meaning the descriptions of the enemies I'm facing, I would love to know that, but I don't see it. It should be in-game like it normally is. You press the gear button, and then you get to see it. But basically, these guys hit really hard. They seem to have very high HP, but there's only usually 2 of them, I believe, maybe 3 later on. But you can see we can just really put on our delete buttons and be fine. This comp is really good. We've deployed the maximum that you need to hit the 35% attack speed bonus. Should that kill him? I think it should. Yes, it does. For the Nightmare faction, so you have 4 deployed, you get 35% increase in attack speed, which is really significant, because I'm assuming that, and let me know in the comments if I'm wrong, I believe that does not scale off of the 100 base attack speed. I think it scales off of the total attack speed you have. So if you have 200 attack speed, that's an extra 70 attack speed. Should we do math? If you have 300, which is not that crazy, that's an extra 105 attack speed. I mean, that's a lot. Of course, there are diminishing returns in terms, so what attack speed does is it lowers your attack interval in terms of it increases the frequency in which you attack. But yeah, I mean, it's, even though it gets, the returns do diminish, excuse me, you get less for the more you add, it's still, you can see, it's a delete button. Do we try this really scary looking team? I kind of want to. Does that make us bad? I said let's just do it. I think I'm willing to take 1 loss, and I think I might be willing to take this loss, but I think I really might surprise myself and maybe you guys. I think we might be able to take these guys on. You also see, I mean, it is a video, so of course I'm manualing it, or maybe not of course, but of course I would. I want to show you guys stuff. I do tend to manual almost all of my arena fights. Unless it's when arena resets over and I know I can just wipe the floor with the team I'm looking at, I kind of tend to just be like, I only do them, what, maybe 8 or 10 times a day. I try to stay efficient on them, but I think, I don't know, maybe even if it's 12 times a day, you know, they're kind of fun. It's a change of pace than just what's kind of become, like, especially with the Lunaria event live now, just grinding. We have done some good grinding, though. I have some great information coming out about Gear Raid 2 that you might want to know about. So now we place our Baron. It's the same thing, same song and dance. What I will do against this good team, I will start looking on the other side. On the other team, I really thought we could beat them, and we did. But this team, you can see, I don't love their placements. Like, Calypso, is she going to get the single target damage you need? This is sustained DPS. I actually should have said this. To me, it was obvious, but of course I should tell you guys. These guys are putting out burns, baby. We've got Wrath, and we've got Arrogance putting out burns left and right. These guys are taking damage over time. They're taking some sustained DPS. So I don't know, unless Calypso has something in her kit I'm not familiar with. I don't really know if she's the person for this battle. Let's trigger. That was a little late. And you can see I do let this one guy go through until Wrath is ready. However, as you can see, let me click him. Arrogance when he's in Berserker state, so when his Berserker stance, when his ultimate's available, he gets these things open to the side. So normally he can't hit this top right and then one under and top left and one under, but when his ultimate is up, which is like nearly half the time, he does get it, and that guy was quickly deleted. So you can see this is a really overpowered team. They had super high BP, but they can't hang with us. So the 10x went really well for them, I guess. I don't know. We'll see how it goes for us. But that Hatset ain't doing nothing. We took like 2 licks of damage and that's it. We haven't even reached the last stage against any of these guys. So if we reach them, I'll tell you about these little annoying guys with the aura that will wipe our team. However, almost certainly, at least every time I've done it, they wipe my enemy team as well. So yeah, let's just keep plugging away. I mean, I'm feeling pretty good. I think the big question is going to come, do we try to fight that 320 BP team, 320k BP team? I've been starting a lot lately, haven't I? At the bottom of the screen, or do we already use our refresh? The issue is, if we use our refresh, then that's all we can fight, right? So if there are some amazing teams out there with Arrogance and Salazar and all the craziness, who knows? But there you go, guys. That was easier than the first battle. So just because you have the overpowered champions, a little bit of strategy can go a long way. Let's keep on plugging. So we are 28 points away. That's going to be 3 W's is what it's going to take. This team, let me quickly look at Laya. Is it Leia or Laya? She's attack-based healing, restores rage. That's insane. It is very high cost, so she'll get one initial one, but if they don't time their deploy right, they're going to mess it up. Do they have any other watchers on this team? So he's North Throne and Infernal. I do not know what Tariel is. She's Watcher and Piercer. Okay. This is obviously Nightmare, because it's Abomination. Silas is a Piercer. Is he also... You know what, guys? Call me a madman. I think this is a W. I think Rojon's a W. This guy's only level 55, so similar to us. He's got a lot of BP, a lot more than us, almost 100 more than us. 84 more than us, I guess. I think we can beat him. I mean, Silas is so good, but I don't know. I don't see this Lord doing that much. I mean, Leia herself is amazing. Let me know in the comments, is it Leia or Laya? If it's Leia, right, A! And if it's Laya, just give me like an eye emoji. That's how I know you've made it this far into the video and you're a real one. It's the ultimate test. So I told you this would be a unique kind of video. I'm already kind of starting to lose it. I do have a light today, like that you can't see behind the camera, and it is blinding me, and maybe it's making me a bit delirious. How are you guys doing? You enjoying the start of the weekend? Reading good books? Cool. All right, so let's get ready with Baron. There he goes. Lovely. You can really see. Oh, you know what? They're putting out some decent damage. They are putting out some decent damage. Come on. Ooh, this is gonna be a nail biter. We'll play Timus already to load up. Wow, do you see how much they beat us by? That is, I wonder how much they're gonna penalize us for that, because they're gonna take it. Wow, they took out you see that 13%, because we had like 2 extra HP left. Well, the good thing about that lasting a little longer is these guys won't be able to sneak through Wrath now. Normally it is a problem for me, but now it won't be. And now I get very ready, because we've officially reached a formidable opponent. We do have Arrogance's ultimate ready, so this should be maybe a quick delete. They are taking a lot of damage. They have a totally different strategy. As you can see, they take them on over there. It's hard. This is what I don't like about Arena. There's a few things I don't like about Arena, but because it's like basically 2 separate fights, it's very hard to keep an eye on what's going on over there. It looks like I'm gonna be very surprised if we lose again. We're not going to. They got lucky to take one from us. The only way I actually see them beating us, and this could happen. Like, I'm not trying to say like if the only possible way. Like, they could totally beat us. The next round after these guys, they could beat us, I think. And they are doing a delete button on that guy. Actually, that was not good for us. I'm going to trigger it already. I think actually we are maybe going to take our L finally. because the next round we are gonna half our team will wipe, if not more. These guys come with like a glowing, fiery, flaming aura, and that's a lot of sustained DPS we have to take. Yeah, so we're gonna lose now. So it's an interesting team, very interesting comp. You can see how powerful Leia is. They're just loading up. Their ult's going on the whole time. I mean, Nocturne's really good. I did use him in initial versions of the team. So you can see they are going to take damage. They have these auras, but so are we, and they're going to kind of melt us away. Good thing is we have Deimos loaded up, but I think Autumn will die, and Arrogance almost certainly will die. I guess he's a little bit protected, but I'm going to be pretty surprised if we pull this one off, folks. You can see down goes Wrath. These guys have already broken through their side at least, and we're making okay progress, but Arrogance is going to die. So unless they time out... Oh, wait, Arrogance, get the kill. Quick. No, he didn't. If he had gotten that kill, he might have had a shot. But now I think unless we get a quick respawn, they're just going to kind of hammer away. That's a bit annoying that Baron's just letting this happen. So we took an L. You got to be willing to take L's to get W's, folks. I've been saying that for years. I don't know why I just triggered Autumn's. I guess at least we had an ult live when we went. But you can see how close that was. If Arrogance had just stayed up a bit longer... maybe if we had Wrath at A5, which of course we are patiently waiting for day 44 because I am a min-maxer, living that free-to-play lifestyle. All right, so now is when the fun begins, right? I think I'm going to just call this one a W. I'm going to go for it. But assuming we win this one, which knock on wood, I think maybe we can take one more loss. We'll reevaluate once we get in there, but it's going to be very, very tight. But that's how we like it, right? You know, we don't want anything spoon-fed to us. That came out very wrong in a lot of different ways at all different parts of that sentence. But yeah, we want to earn it, right? Exactly what the weekend would say. We're worth it. So they're going what is this? Is it Olog? They're going to Olog-y. So it's gonna be hard for us, but this should be a quick delete. Interesting thing, guys, the skills, or I guess more the stats of your enemies you face, from my understanding, let me know if I'm wrong about this, I think it scales off of like an average of your BP and the opponent's BP. So each fight can kind of be a bit different, which is kind of a head scratcher when you're trying to, efficiently farm and plan things out, because it's not just dependent on you, it's dependent on your opponent. These guys don't stand a chance. I am going to say that officially now. I think Nasande is a very strange choice for this. I think Nasande, unless later on in Awakenings, I know things change a bit, but those attack speed buffs I don't really think are worth it, and they're up against our crazy attack speed buffs, as you guys are well aware. It's gonna be hard for them. Okay, let's trigger Autumn. Oh, we can get Wrath down. I guess that one went a little longer than normal. Let me know in the comments also, guys, if you like this like more chit-chatty, fireside, long-form chat thing. Something I decided I wanted to try out. Let's try all different kinds of content, see where we feel most comfortable, where we seem most happy, and then where we're still enjoying the game the most. You got to keep it fresh. These guys are getting obliterated. They have Valkyria, too, who's quite strong for this fight. But I do think, especially as we get higher, and unless you're one of those people that has amazing gear, amazing strat, and a crazy roster, I think a lot of times things are really going to call for factions. Some of these faction bonuses, when you line them up well, it's hard to compete with. So even though they maybe have better champions than us, I might not argue that we have better champions than them. I mean, we do have Arrogance, which is really nice. Having the synergy that's going on here with Wrath as our Lord, Wrath as our Lord bonus, we're going really fast. Like they're really getting, we're kind of wiping the floor with them. I hate to say it. That's frustrating. I'm not going to edit this, guys. I'm going to give a full playthrough, so we're all going to have to sit here for another, whatever that is, 20-30 seconds. Hopefully they squeak through. I don't think they will, though, until these next round of guys go. Because I hear the glowing guys, and you can watch. They've got a lot of floor units, too. You're going to see how much damage everyone starts taking. These guys just kind of melt everyone away. They're like the great equalizer. Well, hopefully they get through that Olog. Yes, they will. Okay, cool. So all that they have to do is tickle it with their aura, and down that portal went. Sweet. So that loss really set us back. However, like I said, we did the math. We knew we could take one loss, and now I don't think we'll be able to take a second. So you can see it refresh for us there. I see some very winnable fights, which is nice. These guys have Overlord rank, which I've never seen that symbol before, so that's very exciting. Somehow we we're only 8 points away from Overlord. Guys, this is gonna happen right here. Me, you, and Dupree, this is gonna happen. Let's get our idol rewards in case we need to let's just get that over with now in case we can't nail it with our first try. But I mean, we can kind of confirm if we take an L, we could still get it back with 2 wins, right? So if we took an L, we'd be down to 1930. 2 more wins would get us back over 1950. So this is a great squad. Like, Cetrum's probably amazing for this fight, but they're still kind of lacking any real dot damage besides Cuke. and he doesn't really spray it around. I'd be surprised if that team could beat us. I am going to obviously now start evaluating the teams because the next win could do it. This team's a bit scary, but I question how good Veer is actually for this fight. If they didn't have Aeon, I would take this team on, but they do have Aeon, so I won't. This Elwyn team, I think we could probably beat. The team at the bottom is when we're starting into the really high beat. Oh, yeah, we're going to go for the cute team. The A2 Setrum and the A1 Nocturne certainly are scary. This is the kind of fight that I'd give myself a 70% chance of winning. So we just gotta hope the strat comes through with us. Guys, let me know also, are you using a Nightmare kind of team like me? That'd be cool to know if we're just all Nightmare squadding it up. I would assume a lot of people are doing it because I know a lot of people have pulled an Arrogance, and I know everyone has Wrath basically if you've been playing long enough to make it towards Overlord. And I will say, if you don't have Wrath, you can see there we didn't place Baron already, or we did place him already, so we had to place Arrogance second. But so far it's looking okay. We need Autumn to pop off here. As you can see, we are going to win the first round. They're using Solda to tank. I mean, it makes sense to use her as a Lord, I guess, if you're running like a North Throne squad, but I don't know if it makes sense to me that you can use her to tank. I actually chose to drop Rat there because I thought maybe we could get the quick kill, and I don't know if he did it, but we did get it. So they're going to take a quick 25% or 25.7% deduction. I think we found our L, guys. I mean, I think we found an L for them. We found our W, and we found our L, meaning lift up into the higher planes, meaning Overlord rank. So that's pretty cool. Day 27, we made it to Overlord. It feels kind of like an accomplishment. Volca felt like more of an accomplishment because this kind of feels like how I've kind of felt like all of Arena. I guess I'll close it out that way because I am getting kind of confident we are going to win now. It kind of feels like, what champions do you have? And that's how Arena works. And is that how it works in all games? Was that how it was in Raid? Maybe to an extent, but at least you could be like, oh, you don't have the best version? We'll employ this strategy. But this is like, you kind of can't beat me unless you have a crazy cool squad, which is really outside the box. I'm not saying my team's so interesting, but I mean, I pulled amazing champions for this. Baron is an amazing tank, and he's Nightmare faction. And then I pulled Deimos, who's one of the best single targets regardless of rarity in the game. And of course, Arrogance, who is probably one of, I don't know how y'all rate him, but I'd probably say, I have to look at the whole list, but he can't be outside of, not counting Lords, he can't be outside of like top 5 or top 6. He really is such a versatile champion. Kind of similar, there it is. So kind of similar to someone, you know, how everyone's so excited about Hatsit. Like, is Hatsit better? Oh my god, a 2.8, we're gonna have to wait. Well, is Hatsit like better in Virna in this content, or better in Comet in that, or better than, I don't know, Valkyra and something else? No, but can Hatsit just kind of do a great job at everything? That's kind of what might make her the best non-Lord champion in the game, right? And Arrogance kind of fits into every one of my teams, you know? Give him a little tickle, all right, down it goes. So yeah, like, these kind of champions, like, it kind of, yeah, it's kind of like this is kind of like a case study in, hey, this free-to-play guy just made it to Overlord. Again, I don't know if that's such an accomplishment, but it was a bit of strategy, but kind of on the backs of having some lucky overpowered pulls that all line up really well with one kind of, so you can see I hadn't been there for, I'm legitness. I had, just, yeah, my roster is really strong in some ways, weak in others. As people love to point out, I have amazing tanks, I have quite good fighters, I was very lucky with my epic healers, and I don't disagree with any of that. So if you ever hear me complaining about my mages or something, you know, but I still have Nocturne, I still have great single target, I have Amani, right? So everyone has their own different kind of roster, and it's a little wacky to me that it's like, I can like barely make it in Plat 1 or low Plat 2 in AoE Arena. I mean, I don't even know if I've ever made it to Plat 2 in that. But then in this, it's like, and in battles I did manually, that one you saw with Laya is the only one I've ever lost with that team. Let's just claim this achievement and let's wrap it up. Let me know if you enjoyed this, guys, and if you liked it. There's a like button for a reason. If you commented it, there's a comment button. No, if you want to comment, do it, and of course share it with your mother. Why not? Maybe you'll get her into the game and you guys have something to bond over. You know, Sunday night dinner, the two of you ignoring each other, grinding away. All right, I've been Fastidious. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.
Fastidious.